Cloacina's vision is really crystal clear. When we set out to build our first iteration of a package plant, it was done strictly from our vantage point with no direction from anyone that had done this before.
You know, we were the operators, we were the maintenance men that decided that there was a better way to do it.
I think that's kind of led us down an unbeaten path.
We came in, we were hyper-focused on one thing. You know, we had a vision, we laid it out really clearly.
You know, in the beginning, we weren't really taken seriously.
And then they realized that we could leverage it into many other flow ranges that at the end of the day, they never thought were possible.
We aren't bankrolled by any larger firm. We did this bootstrap style. And we really truly believe that if we invested in the idea that there could be a municipal, like high-end, pre-engineered system, people would recognize that this was a great alternative and affordable solution for water reuse. That's who we've been literally since day one, and that's who we are today. When I was 15, we moved to this very rural area in Central Texas. At the time, I think the population of Dripping Springs was 688 is what the sign said. I'll never forget that. Texas was the first place I felt safe in my life, and like I could, like I had a real home. Central Texas, the hill country, very, very special to me. It was the first place that I experienced honest to goodness charity and community. Lived downtown Austin for a few years, moved to Colorado where I met my wife. That's what brought me out to California. But my heart never left Texas. Now that we have an installation in Texas, that we have more projects under construction in Texas, I'm incredibly excited. Texas has always been business friendly. It's a melting pot. It's a very accepting place in the world, but they're definitely fighting this open arm value system. What you're seeing is a lot of businesses and developing technologies are moving to Texas. Our competitors are working for larger firms that are owned by even larger firms and shareholders, and they have obligations to those individuals and those companies. But you also have an obligation to the people that are there. Build correctly, respect the land appropriately, take care of the resources, be a good neighbor. I hope that we can be part of a positive solution. All we can hope is to do it properly. Because it's such a large state, communities can be, even in close to urban areas, they can be very remote. You're also dealing with topography. It's in the hill country where you have very rapid changes in elevation, and also the ground can be very hard in Texas. So it becomes very expensive to connect small communities to bigger areas for resources like water and sewer. What we're moving into now is upgrading those systems to be able to reclaim the water locally.
When I go to Texas, I see a lot of self-reliance and the fact that local communities support their own and that we're not relying on something like the cavalry to show up. Bringing Cloacina onto your team allows you and your project to have a greater degree of self-reliance. We're independent. We fought for our place at the table. We have an uncompromised value structure, and we fight for our own. There is nobody else with the same amount of breadth of experience in packaged membrane bioreactors.
I believe that our company's approach makes us more akin to the Texas mentality.
I didn't quite know what he meant by that. And there's that moment where you realize you're cut from the exact same cloth. I loved the idea that we were able to facilitate Chris going back to really his roots. We have one of the beating hearts of the organization, one of the co-founders that is in Texas to support all of the projects that we have and to be there to help illustrate to the Texas market what our capabilities are and really share our passion for membrane bioreactors.
We're very proud here at Cloacina. We're proud of what we built. I think that's why our growth is happening so quickly in Texas, is that we did build what they have been expecting all along and haven't gotten.
We're extremely excited that we've dropped an anchor. We wanted everybody in Texas to know that they had our complete and total support, and that Chris has the backing of the company to support him in everything that we're doing in Texas.
I think that's, we've earned it. I really believe we've earned the opportunity to work in Texas and to win the business of our Texas partners. And I think that's going to be our legacy there, is to really change how people think about on-site reuse in the state of Texas, across Texas and the country.
Cloacina, the wastewater partner Texas demanded.